So, good evening, everyone. Good afternoon, good morning to each and everyone who has joined with us for the celebration of Teachers' Day. And yesterday is 5th September. The speciality of the day is we are celebrating Teachers' Day, which is the birthday of our second president, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. And on this day, of course, the students they find each and every way to celebrate this day, to express their gratitude towards teachers. Like now, some of us who are joining with us, in fact, not just some, most of us, we are educators now. And but still we remember our teachers, those who have taught us in schools and colleges. And of course, when we talk about teachers, we know that our parents are always our first teachers. So once again, I extend greetings to all of you for the Teachers' Day. Happy Teachers' Day to all of you. And I would like to welcome everyone. I can see Rani Alampo ma'am, Raja Pradhan ma'am, Kanchan ma'am, Elizabeth ma'am, Melissa ma'am, Ishtiaq sir, Nahid sir, Rina ma'am, Poonam Koti ma'am. Welcome all of you for this wonderful day, for the celebration of this wonderful day. Thank you for joining with us. And now we would like to listen to every one of you. And yes, we have educators who have joined us from different parts of the globe, in fact. So I think now it's time to start because yes, we would like to hear from you. So it's time to start. And firstly, I would request Rani Alampa ma'am. So please put your hands together for Rani Alampa ma'am from Greece, a STEM educator and a very great educator. Welcome, ma'am. The stage is yours.
Good afternoon to all from Greece. Happy Teachers' Day. I'm very excited, very honored to be invited in this great event, which recognizes teachers, remarkable teachers from all over the world. And I want to congratulate IDYM and Dr. Ravi Shankar for this important initiative. So every year, World Teachers' Day reminds us of the critical role teachers play in achieving inclusive quality education for all. And it's an occasion to focus attention today on the contributions and achievements of educators worldwide. You know, my love for children made me dedicate my career to teaching. I was appointed in a Greek island in the secondary education, but then I moved in primary education, which was a revelation for me because I had the chance to work with a very creative creatures, students at the primary school age, and we did amazing things. And now, for my position also in the ministry, I'm still working as a teacher because I'm organizing STEM workshops for schools. And also, I'm a teacher in a Greek Astronomy Space Company and Hellenic Physics Society, where we organize also many hands-on activities, but also astronauts and astronomical events. So investing in teachers. Investing in teachers can transform education, and this will be crucial for the effective delivery of post-2023 education agenda that focuses on equity and learning. Investment in education is critical to reach the world's agenda for sustainable development and to recover at the same time from the COVID crisis and foster citizens who can tackle future global challenges. So teachers and principals at the same time, both are called the leaders. Leaders are the life forces that animate the schools they lead. They're builders of all this organization culture, they're instructional leaders, they're champions of diversity, equity, and inclusivity, they're agents of continual improvement, they're the heart of learning communities. They're caretakers, they're caregivers, and of course, they're communicators and ambassadors of the school's vision for teaching and learning. And of course, we all know that education, fundamental aspect, the development, economic development of a country. So if the youth of a society is educated, the future is born. So teachers are those who provide education that improves the quality of life, therefore bringing so much to both individuals and society as a whole, because teachers increase the productivity, creativity, and therefore ensure the future workers. Because when students are encouraged to be productive and creative, they are more likely to be entrepreneurial and be innovative and make a technological advancements. So effective teachers bring out the best in students themselves. So the best in this case refers to more than just instructional, academic, or leadership performance. It includes at the same time other dimensions of individual and collective experience at school, including personal and professional growth, social and emotional well-being, mental and physical health, and high expectations for peers, colleagues, and self, and of course, students. So it means that effective teachers focus on empowering people in terms of individual capabilities and collectively as a learning community. And how? By strengthening the school culture and continuously improve teaching and learning. So we could say that there are those who sustain and strengthen school culture and extend this into the community, because we're talking nowadays about community-based learning. Effective teachers are those who seek to meaningfully engage families, community members, external stakeholders. Schools are not only the institutions who set apart the communities. They are the focal points in which the community and its members can be deeply invested. So by communicating our school's values, translating our efforts to advance student learning and well-being into clear language that resonates with families and communities and provide authentic opportunities for the community to participate in the life of school, these are nowadays the new imperatives. And of course, when we talk about active teachers, are those who promote initiatives, who promote global projects, that could be STEM projects or art projects or after-school programs, and they find ways to ensure that these programs should be implemented. Because, here in Greece, we have, for instance, our ministry provided all schools, primary, secondary schools, with robotics equipment, but the teachers do not have necessary training. So it's not only about resources, it's about also training. Initial and in-service training, post-service training is both imperative for teachers, and also prepare students for complex global problems. Again, I will say that the case in Greece, this year we had the hottest summer. The last decade, we talk about the degrees, 40 degrees. We had many distractions caused by the climate change, fires, arson. Many houses were destroyed. Many people were killed. So students should be sensitized towards all this issue, climate change, and all this about complex problems. It's not only about transferring factual knowledge. So what we need to do is create learning settings that encourage students to believe that they can grasp academic subjects, but at the same time to have more heightened sense of self-efficacy, which helps them attain academic success or self-confidence. Seek out, discover, and upload any effort that our students, even those who fail or those who underachieve, make towards learning, because teachers should praise the learning processes and all aspects of student relatively of mistakes they're doing. So mistake is accepted. And I think the most important is we need to feel a sense, we need to create a sense of belonging to the school and to the educational community. Increase the school belonging, the feeling of feel valued, acknowledged, accepted, respected, encouraged to participate in the school and classroom activities. This could lower the number of kids who drop out of school. And always encourage curiosity and leave a room for it, provide authentic problems to students. And the most important characteristics of great teachers is, of course, those who have passion for learning and children, who understand the compassion, resilience, and patience. Why compassion? Because we need compassionate schools. Compassionate schools are those schools where staff and students learn to be aware of the challenges faced by others. So they respond to the physical, emotional, and social challenges faced by students and families by offering support to remove barriers to learning. And I mentioned before about community-based learning, that means school community partnership also. It's important in order to foster resilience, creating supporting learning environments, strengthen the voice of students, and provide the tools and resources at the same time. So before concluding, I want to say that governments must upgrade the status of teachers. I think that all around the world, not only in Greece and in Europe, teachers receive the lowest salary, although they make huge efforts in order to help students thrive, and they're not respected as they deserve. So governments must ensure that teachers are very well respected, they're appropriately prepared, of course, and supported, they're trained, And this means that we need an evidence-based, process-focused, results-oriented, and well-resourced strategy. Good systems need to be able to attract teachers to the teaching profession, at the same time motivate them and support them. They need to grant sufficient autonomy, of course, to enable schools and teachers to focus on learning, engage all partners in the development and evolution of policies, of course, reorient, as I said before, the initial and in-service training. Invest in teaching, of course, learning materials, especially on technology. And why? Because education is becoming a major driver of economic competitiveness in this increasingly knowledge-driven global economy. So as education systems grow and diversify, society is increasingly concerned about the quality of programs, and we are responsible for this. So happy Teachers' Day again, and I hope that we will all contribute to upgrade the status of teachers on the individual level, but also collective level. I talk about the governments, what they should do. Thank you.
Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you. That is really a great start for this wonderful event of Teachers' Day that is being organized by Igniting Dreams of Young Minds Foundation, a foundation that works for educating the children about space and technology, and with a registered space tutor for ISRO, and of course, that has its members from all the 195 countries, and it has provided trainings to more than and for the students in more than 70 countries, and the number is increasing. And we are really blessed to have such a team of such great educators. We have already listened to Rania Lampal ma'am from Greece. Yes, of course, that was really great, ma'am, listening to you. And of course, as you were talking, your speeches are empowering. And sometimes when we ask teachers, when we are working in other schools and colleges, we like sometimes say we don't have resources, so we are not able to work. But yes, sometimes, most of the times, a problem is that the teachers are not trained. They don't have proper training, and so they are not able to work. Yes, so we have to actually look after it. So thank you very much, ma'am, for sharing your valuable insights. So now let's move on to the next speaker and guest of honor. In fact, Melissa Esposito, ma'am, from Italy, a great educator, once more great educator. Welcome, ma'am.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good morning, good afternoon to all of you, and thank you for inviting me to this important session. I'm very happy to be here to celebrate World Teachers' Day. My name is Melissa Esposito, and I'm from Italy. I've been a high school mathematics teacher for 28 years. I really love my job, and I am proud to be a teacher because I have the good fortune and responsibility to educate the younger generations. Today, I want to talk to you about teaching for change, and to speak to you about 10 strategies for teaching for change. As an educator, you hold a position of immense responsibility in shaping the future of our society. To truly make a difference, becoming fearless, a teacher who isn't afraid to push boundaries and take risks may be one path forward. However, being great may not be enough in the modern classroom. In the context of teaching, a great teacher may possess exceptional skills in areas such as lesson planning, classroom management, and student engagement. However, a fearless teacher takes these skills a step further by being willing to try new teaching methods, take on challenging students, and adapt to changing educational environments to achieve a kind of teaching that's effective and sustainable. We need educators who are unafraid to challenge the status quo, who are willing to try new things, and who are passionate about providing the best education possible. I want to speak to you 10 essential characteristics of a teacher for change and explain why these qualities are vital to success in the classroom. In light of increasing pressure and seemingly reducing the time and resources, being a fearless and teaching for change may seem like a monumental challenge, but may also be a key strategy for teaching. First of all, we have to embracing a change. A teacher for change understands that change is inevitable and necessary. We recognize that the needs of our students are constantly evolving and are willing to adapt our teaching methods to meet those needs. We are not afraid to challenge traditional approaches and are always looking for new and innovative ways to engage with our students. Adaptability. A teacher for change is willing to adapt to new instructional practices, technologies, and pedagogies. We understand that what worked in the past may not be effective today, and we are always seeking out new ways to improve our teaching. More importantly, we understand that good teaching needs to be sustainable, joyful, and creative, or if nothing else, something we enjoy doing on a daily basis. Resourcefulness. A teacher for change doesn't focus on what resources we don't have, but on what we do have. We are creative in finding solutions to problems and are willing to make the most of the resources available to us. Partnerships with our parents. A teacher for change understands the importance of partnering with the parents from all backgrounds. We recognize that parents are a child's first teachers and engage with them in their child's education as much as possible. We work to build positive relationships with the parents and involve them in the educational process. Educating the whole child. What does it mean? A teacher for change seeks to educate the whole child, not just prepare them for a test. We understand that education is not just about academics, but also about social, emotional development, physical health, and creativity. We work to develop well-rounded individuals who are prepared for success in all areas of life. Innovative teaching. A teacher for change seeks innovative ways to make content real and relevant. We understand that students learn best when they are engaged and invested in the material. We incorporate technology, hands-on activities, and real-world experiences to bring the material to life. Advocacy for equity. A teacher for change is willing to ask these questions of instructional leaders to ensure equity for students and teachers. We recognize that inequities exist in our education system, and we are committed to working to eliminate them. We advocate for all students to have access to high quality education and for teachers to have the support and resources that they need to be successful. Sharing best practices. A teacher for change loves sharing best practices and we share student success with peers, so everyone grows. We recognize that teaching is a collaborative process and are always looking for ways to improve their craft. We share our successes and challenges with the colleagues, attend professional development opportunities, and participate in mentoring programs to support the growth of our peers. Purposeful work. A teacher for change knows why we teach and we have a purpose in the work we do every day. We are passionate about our profession and believe that we can make a difference in the lives of our students. We are committed to our own personal and professional growth and are always looking for ways to improve our practice. A teacher for change is willing to make mistakes and fail as we try new approaches. We understand that failure is a natural part of the learning process. Are not afraid to take risks in our teaching. We learn from our failures and use those experiences to improve our practice. Being a teacher for change takes courage, passion, and a commitment to excellence. By embracing change, seeking out new opportunities, and being willing to take risks, you can make a profound impact on the lives of your students. So be fearless in your approach to teaching and inspire the next generation of learners to be fearless too. The transformational education also begins when teachers actively participate in social dialogue, decision-making processes, and policies. They need to be heard from the classroom to the Polish level. And my speech is ended. Thank you all for listening to me and for inviting me to this important session about Teacher Mondial Global Day. Thank you again.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you. That was really a very great talk, because yes, of course, the teachers nowadays, we have to come up with innovative methods. We have to keep the classrooms engaging. Otherwise, if we just go on with the old methods that we had, the students can't listen to us. And the most important thing is we have to keep ourselves updated, because the students are they nowadays they know more than us because of the technology, and anywhere we just go wrong, they are there to say, ma'am, you are wrong. So we have to keep ourselves updated always, and yes, we have to work on to keeping the classroom thank you. Thank you very much for this beautiful insights. So my dear friends, let's move on to our next speaker. We have Mezabeen Pradhan ma'am from Bangladesh. Welcome, ma'am, and
Thank
we are
you
waiting to listen to
very
you.
much. Good to see you, dear Anjuman, and all these beautiful, eminent speakers and educators. Greetings to you all. Happy Teachers' Day. So yeah, teachers. If I say teachers are like, we don't have any alternative for teachers. We need them, and teachers are like the real hero of our life. And okay, so this year the World's Teachers Day theme is like the transformation of education begin with teachers, and the core purpose of having teacher in our life is to help those students and kids to become who they are, to know their true unique strength and power. I think that's where our teachers playing the crucial role. So we definitely need our teacher, and mostly for the beginning learning of any kids, 3 ways that our teachers changes those lives for all of us. Educate. An experienced teacher knows how to make learning fun instead of, most of the time you'll see kids are always afraid of learning or going to school or go through their homework. So I think teachers play the very important role to make it fun. They stimulate their own mindset, unique ideas, and engaging to bring that focus. Focus is very important. So they create inspiration. Like almost everyone can think of one teacher in their life who motivate them to see it, think it in their own way, and pave the path for further future. Teachers inspires in many areas. So I think most importantly, because of the change of lives, inspires our dreams and push the limits of human potential to see what else is hidden within ourselves. The teacher's job is to nurture, teach, and raise children to become useful to the society, nation, and to the world. And how teachers actually play a very crucial role in changing our student lives. I think teachers play the most unique role right after the parents, academic, personal, social development, and as a human being, how to be empathetic, how to be so profound and understanding towards their life, all the aspects of life. It's not only the textbook go for the homework and pass the exam. So teachers play more than one role with students. They give them that idea of the true life, real life, and those challenges to overcome through this knowledge and wisdom. And apart from this, I think for this current situation of 21st century, the transformational learning and education is very important, as we all are changing and transforming because of that tech and artificial intelligence advancement in our life. So here, I think the gap or the institution should be taken care of. Like as you mentioned earlier, that the student knows better than teachers, that because the system and everything is out there into a virtual world. So I think all the institution can take one initiative to encourage and boost teachers grooming even further to advance all these skills, and especially in tech area for the students and for the global, actually without teachers who is gonna do it. Now see the main important part. I think we all have experienced past during the COVID when everything was shut, but these teachers were there. they had to capture immediately how to provide those skills and learning through online to reach their students. That was like very panic situation for some of group of teachers, because they did not have that access of internet or maybe the laptop, they weren't upgraded, but that was the only source to provide this education for those kids, because mentally those kids were totally, I think that was like huge pressure, especially for the young students who could not go to school, who could not hang out with friends or playground. So teachers play really, really very crucial role during that COVID to engage them, encourage them to through this medium. So I think apart from all these things, how teachers can change all these things, we do not question, should not, we just need to think one thing, how we can upgrade both students and teachers, come together and focus on all these things. And another point I would like to address here, that we do need teachers, but I think our first teacher is our parents. I think even how to be with our teacher, I think that's the basic and the fundamental we learn from our own parents and the home environment. So teaching, if you try to break down teaching, it's not only going to school or holding few textbooks. Teaching is everywhere. So I think our parents also should deserve that great love and respect, honor for teaching us, guiding us through this. On that note, I would like to end my speech and wish all the great educators and teachers a happy Teachers' Day. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. And as always, you're always well prepared and always well resourced speech you always have. And yes, of course, as you started with, your teachers are the motivators. They really inspire us. And in the occasions like Teachers' Day, make us feel that teachers are the real heroes. They are the ones who have made us, in fact, the position that we are standing today. It is, yes, all because of them, the great efforts that are involved by our teachers. They have put in a lot of efforts for us. So thank you very much for joining with us, and thank you for sharing your views with us. So
Thank you.
nextly, I would like to invite, Kanchan ma'am has to present something. So I would like to invite Kanchan ma'am.
Thank you so much. Feeling myself lucky. हिंदी में ही बोलूंगी मैं कुछ लाइनें शिक्षक के ऊपर। सब बच्चों का भाग्य विधाता है शिक्षक, हर राष्ट्र और हर कौम का निर्माता है शिक्षक, मुश्किलों से लड़ना सिखाता है शिक्षक, कल्पना और वास्तविकता में फर्क समझाता है शिक्षक, विद्यार्थी को सही राह दिखाता है शिक्षक, परिश्रम से उसे सफल बनाता है शिक्षक, सूझबूझ से जीना सिखाता है शिक्षक, विद्या रूपी धन देकर प्रगति मार्ग पर चलाता है शिक्षक, ज्ञान का दीपक जलाकर अज्ञान का अंधियारा मिटाता है शिक्षक, असत्य को तजना सिखाता है शिक्षक और सत्य का पथ प्रदर्शक है शिक्षक, डॉक्टर, इंजीनियर और वकील बनाए इसने, अर्थशास्त्री, वैज्ञानिक और स्नातक तक बनाए इसने, शिक्षा के बगीचे में कई फूल खिलाए इसने, राष्ट्रपिता है ये, कई राष्ट्रपति हैं बनाए इसने, सम्मान के योग्य है शिक्षक, इन्हें सम्मान दें, हमारे देश के नेता भी सभी इसी और ध्यान दें, ना इनकी प्रतिष्ठा का हनन हो, इनके पद की गरिमा को मान दें, समाज में इन्हें एक आदर्श पहचान दें, जरूरत का सब सामान, रोटी, कपड़ा और मकान दें, ना ठेस पहुंचे इनके स्वाभिमान को, इस बात की तरफ भी पूरा ध्यान दें, ताकि चिंता मुक्त होकर जीवन जिए ये, अपने श्रेष्ठ कर्मों से ये शिक्षक इस देश को नई पहचान दें। शिक्षक भी कर्तव्य पालन को अपनी शान समझें, स्कूल को मंदिर समझें, ना इसे दुकान समझें, अपनी ड्यूटी को ही अपना धर्म और ईमान समझें। हर विद्यार्थी को शिक्षक अपनी संतान समझे, छात्र निर्माण को ही राष्ट्र निर्माण समझें, बच्चों के कल्याण में ही अपना कल्याण समझे। पद लोलुपता से मुक्त होकर बच्चों को राष्ट्र भक्ति का पाठ पढ़ाएं, उनमें आपसी प्रेम और सौहार्द की भावना जगाएं, इंसान का इंसान से रिश्ता बनाएं, आपस में मिलजुल कर रहना सिखाएं और वसुधैव कुटुंबकम का संदेश देते हुए अपने कर्तव्य के साथ अपने जीवन को भी सार्थक बनाएं। धन्यवाद। धन्यवाद।
Wow, that is really, really very great lines. In fact, the message that Kanchan ma'am was trying to give her through a poem, short poem, was that yes, because a teacher is the one who makes all the professions, as we say, whether it's a doctor, engineer, prime minister, president, all these professions are made by the teacher. He is the person who makes us successful. He is the person who shows right paths to us, who makes us, value everything, realize everything in life. And yes, of course, he is the one who teaches us to live in harmony, to live in unity. And the Vasudhaiv Kutumbakam that we say in India, that the whole earth is our family. This is something which I can say in short about the poem. It was very wonderful, very wonderful poem, ma'am. It really means a lot. I could, translate the whole poem, but it was very difficult for me to write each and every line, but still I could, in very short, I could explain. So thank you very much for this wonderful poem on the special occasion of Teachers' Day.
Thank you.
Now it's time to move on to one more guest of honor, Radhan Roro ma'am. Oh, she is Radhan Roro ma'am.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Happy Teachers' Day. My name is Roro. I come from Indonesia. No, in Indonesia, 9 p.m. Sorry if I'm sick, so I will speak. Can I share screen? Happy Teachers' Day. My name is Radhan Roro Martinez. I come from Indonesia. Teachers are professionals who have the main task of educating, guiding, teaching, directing, assessing, training, and evaluating students from formal education, pathways, and early childhood education, basic education to secondary education. A teacher is a figure who can shape the character and soul of students. Teachers have the power to build and shape student personality so that they can become useful people for their homeland, nation, and religion. In the past, teacher is only share knowledge for us, but no, teacher is a motivator. A teacher must be able to be a motivator for his students. Teacher must be able to encourage them to be more enthusiastic and more active in learning. Teacher is a facilitator, but teachers must be able to act as facilitator. The facilitator in question, namely the teacher, must be able to provide facilities and convenience for the teaching and learning process. Teacher as mediators. The role of teacher as mediator means that the teacher must have a fairly good understanding and knowledge about educational media, because currently the media is a tool to support the teaching and learning process to be more effective. Teacher as a class manager. The role of teacher as class manager requires teachers to be able to manage the class and school environment so that teaching and learning activities can be more focused on educational goals. Teachers as a demonstrator. As a teacher as well as demonstrator, the teacher must master the subject matter to touch and strive to develop and improve self-ability. Teachers inspirer. The teacher's role as an inspirer is to provide inspiration to student learning progress, because the problems surrounding learning are the main problems of students. The teacher must be able to give instruction to students how to learn better. Teacher is a mentor. As teacher mentor, you should be able to become a learning partner for your student. Teacher must be able to provide direction and guidance to student and not be authoritarian or always dictate to students so they can do whatever they want. Sparking creativity and imagination. Education in the current era must be more flexible as not like rigid or only teacher centers. A teacher is required to be able to design a fun and active learning process for students. Teachers as teamwork developer. Collaboration is a skill that must be mastered by students in this area. Teacher must be able to train students to be able to collaborate with other parties and instill positive values in character of their students. Teacher is a social empathy. A teacher must be able to show empathy to his students. This is something that cannot be replaced by anything, because teacher empathy is an appreciation for the humanity of students. And what is teacher's duties? First is, as a teacher, the teacher has the task of planning learning programs, implementing programs that have been made earlier, and conducting assessment after the program has been complete. And teacher as educator or educators are tasked with directing students to a level of maturity with a perfect personality. Practicing life skill. The teacher next task to train life skill. What training means is directing students to have skills or practical life. The teacher must be able to train their students so they can master life skill to equip them to conquer all the colleagues they will face in the future. And provide guidance and direction. The job of teacher is limited to educating and teaching, but the teacher's duty is to either student is to guide and direct student to stay on the right track, especially during the teaching and learning process. Okay, thank you. That's enough for me. Sorry if I'm not clearly and fluently. Thank you. Happy Teacher's Day for all of you from all country in the world. See you.
Thank you. Thank you for this lovely presentation. And yes, of course, as you were speaking about the different roles that the teachers have to play, it is not just a role of teachers, not just teaching in the class, but it is a lot beyond that. The teacher is a motivator, he's a facilitator, he inspires everyone. So yes, a teacher has lots of role to play in all those spheres. And thank you very much again, Rajendra ma'am, joining with us for the celebration of Teachers' Day. And yes, my dear participants, let me tell you that our chief guest and our mentor, Dr. P.K. Rajput sir, has joined with us. So I welcome Dr. Rajput sir, and sir, I hand over the session to you.
Thank you so much. Very, very good afternoon, good morning, and of course, good evening to all my brothers and sisters from India. Right, today I am giving this talk, especially from the near border of India and Pakistan. I'm in Leh Ladakh on the excursion tour, and the border is just 100 kilometers from this place. I came from the border, but I don't want to miss this opportunity on the Teachers' Day. I'm very happy to see a lot of the great personalities here, And thank you, Anju ma'am, for inviting me, because here the network is a problem. I like to convey my gratitude to Faiza ma'am, who is there from Dhaka, Irina Biba ma'am, right? I can see her for a long time. Laura ma'am, oh my God, I'm so happy. Elizabeth ma'am from Mexico, and Nahid bhai, Patricia ma'am, right? And she was there. So Prakash sir, Bhavkar sir is there. And I saw my sisters, Manjui Sharma, Dr. Revati, Dr. Poonam Goti, Reena madam, Rania Lampu ma'am, right? One of the best friends. And so many, all the wonderful people I can see here. And I feel very happy that I'm able to convey my gratitude to the teachers. And I like to say this on this very important day of the Teachers' Day. Whatever we are, it is all due to the teachers, right? And today, this day has been celebrated in India because Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan sir has said, because he was the first president, he was the president there, he said that if you want to celebrate me, you celebrate me on my birthday. And today it is his birthday, and that's the reason the entire nation celebrate. And it was last assignment was in Calcutta when he was a professor. So that's how this celebration is started. Now I would like to add something very important, because people, they talk about the Teachers' Day and what is the new thing which has been added. I'm sure all the great educators, you would have heard the importance and the theorem of judgment. Now it has been converted to the theory of judgment. And what the theory of the judgment is, I like to add it here on the Teachers' Day, because the concept is changing. And we as a teacher have to understand and we have to apply in our practice, because this is going to give us ability to make accurate assessments, evaluations of our student from a primary to the higher grade for their work, performance, and the progress. And there are some further parameters are there. If you start working on the theory of judgment, we can be one of the best mentor. Today, teacher cannot be a teacher has to be a guru, a teacher has to be a mentor. The first is assessment and the feedback, which is very important. If you are able to give the right feedback to the student and assessing them in the right path, you are going to be a right mentor. Second thing is individualized instructions. I say instruction because Guru always gives us the instruction, which is very important. Teacher gives. And the theory of judgment always enables us to gather the data with the student and then to give the instruction, the right instruction, so that they can pursue the right career. The third thing is identifying the learning gaps. So because here again, the teachers are the right person. Teachers are the right person who can identify the real gaps, because in that way, they will be able to motivate the student toward the right path. Then again, tracking progress is another part of theory of the judgment. If you start tracking the progress of the student from the initial time itself, you can make a lot of difference in this. Curriculum development is very important, because this is the way curriculum is always there. But how it has to be developed? It has to be developed with the collaborative approach. Today, there's no competition. If you start having the good collaboration, this is going to make a difference. And when there's a collaboration is there, it comes with the accountability. The accountability is the real need of the hour. Because today, when we talk about not only the knowledge, we talk about the skills also. Talk about the knowledge gives us the wisdom. And there is a gap is there that how if you are able to build knowledge in the student, but how they will be putting this knowledge toward the wisdom side through the skills channel, which is very important. And of course, motivation and the self-efficacy, because this is the important line where today teachers has to understand the thing and they have to put the thing, because that's why we talk about theory of wisdom, which is the new punchline, which is required by the teachers for the future, for 2030. I'm not talking about 21st century. 2030, which is very, very important. So we have still 7 years to change our thinking, to change our way of working, because the student, they have a lot of eyes on the teachers, how they are going to build us to make our life towards a shining star life. Thank you so much. And once again, I'm very happy to Engineer Ravi ji and IDYM and Anjum Qureshi ma'am, right? Because you always add a lot of fuel, and I can see a lot of our good respected members are there in front of me, because after a long time, I'm able to see them, the smile, their words, which I will see. I can see even Kanchan Arun Jain ma'am, right from Chandigarh, where her daughter has done something marvelous, and we all have said the blessings for the daughter. She has become the pilot, right, Arun Jain ma'am. Right. So this is the thing which is making us proud that yes, we have one of the personality. We have so many personalities are there, which are real guru. So once again, thank you, Nahid Bhai, also because I saw you and you were clapping me and you are inspiring me and all. So shukriya, assalamu alaikum, Khuda Hafiz, good night, and have a wonderful evening. And once again, I am blessed to be there in IDYM platform at this wonderful place where I'm talking to you, which is very near to the border, but I feel very happy and privileged. Thank you so much. Shukriya, Khuda Hafiz, good night. Thank you.
Thanks for joining.
Thank you, sir. In fact, yes, it's a blessing for us to hear from you. And we know that how busy you are on a tour. And there, even the situations, like especially the network issues you must be having, but still you took out time to come for the session and just bless this occasion, we can say, with your precious word. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much. So,
Thank you, ma'am.
yeah, so thank you. And now let's move on to our next speaker. I would like to invite Aruna Biba, ma'am. Yeah,
Hello to everyone.
good evening. Hello.
Always a great pleasure being here in IDIN, and especially in this great day. Happy Teachers Day to all of you teachers. Okay. Being a teacher is just an honor for me. If you're thinking of becoming a teacher, you're likely weighing the pros and cons of the job. No job is perfect. Life and careers have unavoidable stressors and tasks that you may like less than others. But if you're considering a career in education, it's important to ask yourself why you want to become a teacher. Luckily for you, you've got 7 great reasons to help you get started. You can make a difference. If you ask prospective teachers, why do you want to become a teacher? The majority of them will likely mention the ability to make a real difference in the lives of children. They will one day teach. Each day that you work with students, you have the potential to make a lasting impression. Almost all of us, you can remember something positive that one of our teachers said to us or the class as a whole. There were lessons that stick in our minds and impact our viewpoints of years. Becoming a teacher means you'll be molding future generations through the curriculum you set and bits of personal wisdom you impart. You have the ability and power to teach life lessons as well as core subjects. There's a good chance that you may be spending more working hours with these children than their own parents, no? This means you'll be the one to help teach them social skills, time management, conflict resolution, how to cope with stressors, and how to focus on a task. If you were lucky, we had a teacher who is indelible in our minds. You slowed how much they cared about us and their subject. They inspired us to be better, push harder, and to go further. Now it's your turn to be the teacher for someone else. You'll get variety in your days if you become a teacher. Why become a teacher? Well, if the thought of going to a cubicle and doing the same task every day from 9 to 5 sounds disappointing, you may flourish in the classroom. Teaching is a job that thrives in a variety, with 2 days rarely being the same. You have the ability to spice it up as you work through new units in the curriculum, discover new topics to teach, and instruct new students each year. If you teach high school, you may teach the same lesson content several times in one day, but with new faces and personalities each period. It's unlikely that the actual lesson will unfold the same way twice. There's always the chance that students will ask different questions, have different struggles, and different relations to the subject matter. Your days will likely be interesting and varied, making for days that don't feel as monotonous as sluggish. Okay, you can share your love of learning if you become a teacher. If you've ever been taught by a teacher who absolutely loved their subject, you knew that it made the class more enjoyable. In fact, research shows that two of the most important elements of teaching are the quality of instruction and how well a teacher knows their subject material, no? Getting your students excited about topic you love is just one way you can share a love of learning. You'll also get to delve into new topics and learn right along with the children. You'll also have the chance to become a student again. As emerging technologies and instructional methods are introduced and historic events unfold in real time, you'll always be learning something new. Also, you'll have great job security. While the specific needs vary by grade, school, district, and even state, the demand for well-trained and qualified teachers is clear. Some jobs might have been replaced by modern technology, but there will always be a need for teachers. Technology can't replace the teachers. With technology, the lessons become more enjoyable, but technology can't replace the teachers, no? If you're willing to put in the hard work and establish yourself as a great instructor, you can rest easy knowing that you've got a job that you can count on for years to come. There's also a high level of mobility within this field. You can move to areas where the need the teacher is greater, or you can leave education and go and to become an administrator, for example, counselor, or even a social worker. Teaching is also a skill that can transfer nearly anywhere. If you train and become a certified teacher, you will be able to work almost anywhere in the world. Whether you're teaching English or a special subject, you could theoretically teach and explore the globe in the same time. International schools and education programs are expanding globally and look for instruction who have trained and are certified. Fun is encouraged. The best teachers bring their passion, personality, and sense of humor to the classroom. It's very important, huh? Great teachers are committed to finding new and different ways to deliver content, so that's more interesting for the students. The enthusiasm you bring to the table will likely be mirrored by your students, which makes the classroom is a highly energizing environment. The greatest things you can do is to let your unique personality elevate the learning experience. Use your individual gifts and talents to inspire and motivate your students. There will be days that feel tougher than others. Your humor can help you move forward. Teaching is also a highly social job. Becoming a teacher means you'll be joining a team of colleagues you can learn in hard times and laugh with during the good. You'll be interacting with your fellow faculty members as well as students and their parents. Becoming a teacher means becoming a key member of the community as you got to know families. I am very proud to be a teacher. I'm working hard day by day to become a great teacher, but always we can do more and more. Again, happy Teachers Day, and I am very proud and honored being here with you today. Thank you. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you.
IDIM, thank you, Andrew, Teresia, and all your team, your great team.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, IDIM, it's a great team, not just a team, but a family, because yes, we have educators like you and all those who have joined us. Everyone is special in its own way, we can say. And it is a platform which has a galaxy of intellectuals. And like you were talking about this, how being a teacher, of course, the technology, how we work, we are using technology for the education in our classrooms, but technology can never replace the teachers. But human touch can never, we cannot have that human touch when we use the technology. Of course, we are going to use the technology in the class. The technology can never replace the teachers. That was really great answer. Thank you.
We hope so. ChatGPT.
Yeah,
make
it makes
something, you know.
task easier, but the kind of knowledge the teacher is the one who can give the knowledge. We can get information, lot of information. We can get just a click of button and we get lot of information. But knowledge, only a teacher can give.
The
So
same.
that's a great
Indeed.
role. Yeah, of course.
Thank you. Thank you.
So let's now move to one more great speaker, Elizabeth ma'am from Mexico. I welcome you, ma'am. Elizabeth ma'am.
Hi, good evening. How are you?
Good evening, ma'am.
Thank you. Happy Teacher's Day for all the teachers, because I think that all in one way or in another way, we are teachers. But I am very happy to can share with you today. And well, I will share my screen. Can you see it? I will talk very fast about the emotional health of the teachers, okay? How can we think this? This is very important, and I like so much talk about this because I work all the time with about the emotions for parents, for students. But what happened with the teachers? Not always we can talk with the health of the teachers. And today we come to celebrate the teachers, and we will talk about this. We know perfectly that we have some different spheres for influence. Yeah, the work, the home, the business, the government, etc. And at the same time, we have to interact with all these kinds for intelligence, the individual, interpersonal, organizational, and the community, and all about the policy. It's okay. We as teachers, we have we need to have a lot of skills. And I think that we perfectly know which kind of skills we need for big teachers. Obviously, too, we have a family circle when we have to be father or mother or daughter or a brother or sister, anyway. We have this circle too. And at the same time, we have a big family when we have to be participating all the time, a lot of times. And what about the education? We are talking specifically about education. We have to prepare one lesson, we have to study, we need more knowledge, we need experience, and of course, skills. Why? Because we need all these spheres when we can to work, to have, to share, anyway, with the chat, with the friends, in all the social media, hand by hand, face by face, etc. Obviously, we have professional development, yes, practices, learning, regulation, etc. Why? Because we need to have a very nice curriculum, yeah? School abilities, education programs, study course, bachelor, etc., etc., etc. We as teachers have all of this with us. But what about me? I am Elizabeth. I am a Spanish language teacher. But first, I am Elizabeth. And what about me? No, what about the teacher? No, what about the sister? No, what about the daughter? Nothing, or the wife. What about me? About Elizabeth? Because this is the first that we need for be good, for can share good option, good emotions to our students, or co-workers, or family, etc. What I need, and each one of us as person, not as teacher, because as teacher, I know I need all that I say 1 minute ago. But what I need exactly, what I need really as Elizabeth, yes? And how can I know about it? How can I know what I need exactly? Yes? Another very interesting question is, what do I want? how know exactly what do I want? I don't know if each one of all my friends that is today here, I can see a lot of my friends in different events, in different conferences. I'm very happy to see all of you. But if you can to have an answer, not for myself, not for our friends, for each one of you. Yeah. What do I want? How know? How can I know what I want? Another interesting question. What would I like? And how I have to know about it? I don't know if you are thinking of this question because this is very, very important. It's the first that we need to know. What I want to do? Oh yeah, maybe I want only rest. Maybe I want to watch TV. I want the silence. I don't know. Yeah, but I have no time for thinking this, and this is a big problem. Then, how know about it? How can I know what I want to do? We need 1 minute for rest and think. And the most important, I am really happy. Yes, I have a job. I have my husband. I have my wife. I have my children. I have my job. But you are really happy? How can I know about it? Thinking, reflection, etc. And if you are not happy, you need to start to think in yourself what you have to do. And another question, do I have the answer to all these questions? Sure. Do you have the answer for all these questions that I do? What do you need? Each one of you know what do you need? What do you want? What do you like? What do you want to do? Are you really happy? If you don't have exactly the answer or the question, you have to check it. You have to think again, because we need to be happy. We need to feel comfortable. We need to feel successful for share all this. And how many parents, how many students, how many principals think in myself as Elizabeth? Yeah, or in each one of you. The best is that I have to start to think in myself, in all that I want and then I need. Yeah. Then the question now here is, how do you feel today? How do you feel today? Happy, sad? I am sad, but it's okay. How do you feel? Please look in each one of you in the mirror and check, how do you feel today? What do you need? What do you want? What I have to do? What I have to say? And who I have to say it for feel me better, for feel me happy. And okay, now how do you feel now in this moment? Exhausted, furious, crazy, happy, relaxed, angry, lonely, depressed? How and what needs? Now you have to understand exactly how do you feel and why. I am a great teacher, an excellent teacher, but now I don't feel so good. Now I feel that I am not working exactly how I am do always. Why? What is happening to me? What I need to do? Why? Who can help me? Who is the problem? What is the problem? This is the most important. Understand how do you feel and why, for can resolve this. When you can finally feel better, work on this in the first moment, and this is identifier. Okay, I know what is bad with me. I know what is wrong with me. What is the problem? Who is the problem? What I need to do, what I don't finish yet, what I need resolve. After this, we start to work in this and we start to feel better. And obviously we have a lot of ideas and can make to you feel better. Sing, hear, dream, hug, sense, say yes, smile, move, dance. We need to do something for feel me better. And after this, I can share. I can start to think in myself. I don't know exactly here in India, if somebody can tell me, I will be very grateful. But in Mexico, in Latin America, all the teachers are stressed all the time. All the time for the parents, for the students, for the government, because the education system is not helping to the teachers. Then all the teachers are very stressed. I don't know in this case because I don't talk yet with somebody that can help me with this question. But in Mexico and in Latin America, we have this problem. And then we need to start to think and to practice and to have some course and some conference about this. And a lot of teachers start to tell what is happening, why, what they would like to do, etc. Then it is a good moment for thinking this again. Sure that you have a lot of students in your classroom. We in Mexico have one normal classroom have 50 students, between 50 and 60. Yeah, then there are a lot of students, and with all these more situation with parents, principal, government, etc., it's very hard. Then here, I need to learn this. If somebody can help me, I will be very happy for this. I'm very grateful. Okay. Yes? Okay, when you start to know your emotions, you can change your life. And of course, the life to another person's. And of course, say every morning, I love myself, recognize myself, and accept myself. This is very, very important thing that we have to say every morning. And well, that's all. I hope that this will be interesting for you. And you can share and think in each one of you. Please, because first I am Elizabeth, Laura, Reno, Rebati, and each one. We are first the person, okay? And of course, Nahid and all the friends that they are here today. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you for this wonderful presentation. And in fact, yes, these are the few questions which every one of us should ask ourselves. Because the first step is knowing ourselves. We just spend time so much knowing about others and knowing what is going around. But the first step is we should know about ourselves. That is self-awareness, that is called. And once we have that, we are aware of ourselves, when self-awareness is there, then the things that we talk about, you know, self-esteem, self-confidence, that really follows, that really comes to us. The self-awareness is very important, and we have to, every day, we should be asking ourselves this question. We should try to know about ourselves first. So that was really a great thought. And as you started about the emotional health of the teachers, thank you very much for this wonderful presentation and for joining with us.
Thank you for the invitation and happy Teachers' Day. In Mexico, the Teachers' Day is on May 15.
Oh, wow.
This is why I lost a bit the date, but happy Teachers' Day for all you. You are great teachers. Thank you for the invitation.
Thank you, ma'am. And now I would like to invite our next speaker and guest of honor, Laura Sancio, ma'am, from Romania. Laura, ma'am.
Hello, greetings everyone. Greetings from Romania. And
Good evening.
good evening. I am truly honored and blessed to be here today. And first of all, I want to congratulate all the teachers of the world for choosing this very important profession, which is not just a profession, it is a mission. A teacher can shape young generations. A teacher can guide their steps. He or she shares knowledge, wisdom, and skills, and also can turn them into what they will become. Their minds and their personalities will be forever better because of a teacher. I believe we can all say that we are here thanks to the dedication of our teachers. Being a teacher is very challenging. It takes a lot of work. It takes indeed a lot of dedication and effort. We need to prepare our students for their future lives. And first of all, we need to prepare ourselves for doing this very important job. Never underestimate the influence of a teacher, because sometimes children spends more time at school than he does with his parents. So the school is their second home, and we, the teachers, are the parents from that second home. We need to teach them rules as well as information. We need to show them how to make the world a better place and how to become the best version of themselves. We can make a difference in students' lives, and this way we have a great importance in society. And this is why everyone should acknowledge the importance of teachers, and we should give teachers the credit that they deserve. Through our efforts, we guide the students in order to become responsible citizens. We need to give them the skills they need to integrate, to become what society needs. Our teachers who dedicated their time and effort to guide us and to encourage us, to encourage every one of us, have imparted to us what we should do in order to create the generations that will make this world what it needs to be. This is why it is important to invest in education. It is essential that the governments acknowledge that they need to support schools and teachers in order to provide quality education. Teachers need training courses. They need teaching materials that are adapted to the 21st century. The governments need to give teachers the means, both financial and the know-how and support to take part in building this quality education. We need innovation, we need investments that will adapt the content of the things that are taught to the skills that are required in today's society. Because often students ask their teachers, why do we need to learn this? And we need to be able to answer their questions and to motivate them to learn for their own future. Because they will be the ones who will shape tomorrow, who will shape the society we will live in. And because what we are taught in schools stays with us for the rest of our lives, we need as I said, to congratulate teachers. They spent many hours planning lessons, finding the best ways to deliver the information, finding new and interesting topics every day to make the students interested in the subjects they teach. They always have to make the lessons challenging and interactive, because when students enjoy our classes, they learn better and they are more motivated, more dedicated to receive the knowledge and to become active participants in the teaching and learning process. We need to keep in mind that some of the students who are in front of us today will become the leaders of tomorrow. And we have this great power in our hands to educate the young generations in the years that are most important for them, when they truly shape their personalities and when they acquire the skills they need. This way, our role in society is an important one, and we have a great impact to change the lives of our students and of the society as a whole. And that is why we need the support of parents, the support of those who are decision makers, in order to offer them the best education we can. And we have so many roles that we play. We need to be their role models. We need to, because they come to see us as the ones who will give them this invaluable key to life. We help them to guide their steps and find their way. We need to teach them, and this way we need to teach them to be more human, not just to be the ones who are always learning, but the ones who can be empathic, who can share, who are tolerant, and who always can listen to the others and try to help them. We have to understand their personal lives, and we have to motivate them to be creative, to be intelligent, and to try to always reach for the stars. So always acknowledge the power of education and support teachers in what they do. And if I may, some years ago, I wrote a poem for my teachers, and if I may share it with you today. It is called My Teacher. Your restless fingers turn a page, your thoughts turn in your mind. A better way to light their ways in books you try to find. To shape young minds with care and dedication, their steps to steer to a great destination. The generations come and go like waves upon a sea, but your calm voice remains the same. Your eyes the future see. You hold their hopes. You give them wings to fly. You give them confidence to speak up and to try. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for your attention. And let's try to make this world a better place by giving students quality education and dedicated teachers. Thank you.
Thank you. That was really a great thing. In fact, the line that you started with, Like teaching is not a profession, but it is a mission. And of course, we are playing multiple roles we are playing because our profession, it is not just limited to the classroom teaching, but beyond classroom, we are working a lot. We are making impact on so many lives each day. Yes, of course. So everyone should be respecting this profession. Thank you very much for joining, and thank you for sharing your views with us. Okay, so now I would like to move on to our next speaker, Dr. Patricia Gonde from Zimbabwe. Dr. Patricia, welcome to the session. Dr. Patricia? Ma'am, unmute yourself.
All right, am I audible now?
Yeah. Now you're audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge IDYM Group of Companies for giving me this opportunity to be here today. And I would like to say Happy Teachers Day to everyone around the globe, everyone who is here today. We are all teachers in one aspect or another. I would like to talk about the importance of teachers and honor the profound impact of teachers as agents of change, especially now in the 21st century and the globalized world we are in. As we all know that we are living, it is in this rapidly evolving era, the role of teachers has become more crucial than ever before. And as teachers, and I'm proud to be a teacher, although my parents had channeled me into the medical sector, but I was able after a few years to go back into the teaching field. It's a long story. So as teachers, we serve as ambassadors of knowledge. I heard Laura saying that it is a mission. Yes, teaching is a calling. For you to be a teacher, you should have passion, you should have a big heart, because you deal with children. They're coming from different backgrounds. Some children in their lives, they've never known peace. Some children in their lives, they've never known love, of which as a teacher, you are there as an ambassador of that empathy, an ambassador of cultural understanding. So as a teacher, you have to know your children very well, and you have to know yourself triggers you so that you are able to help the children who are in the custody, who are in your custody. So as teachers, we have that unique opportunity, especially in this 21st century era that we are living, to foster global citizenship amongst our students, because we are living in a world which is increasingly interconnected. We don't know where our children are going to end up in, and it is very important as teachers to prepare our students so that they navigate those diverse perspectives. They're able to appreciate different cultures. For example, as a school, do you go on virtual trips to other countries? Do you go on cultural exchange programs? Even if you don't go to a country, but you can organize webinars where children meet and discuss about issues that affect them. And then we need also, as teachers, to nurture that open mindedness in our children, because some of our children bottle up everything because of their because maybe from home they are not allowed to say anything. So by nurturing that open-mindedness, that respect and a sense of shared humanity, we equip our students to actively engage in this world and contribute, especially positively, to global issues that affect them. And then as teachers, we are the catalyst for innovation. We are the catalyst for adaptability. As one speaker said, the children the rest of the day. For example, here in Zimbabwe, from 8 up to 4 o'clock. That is about 8 hours in a day. We have the children, they only go home to sleep 2 hours to eat, and then they sleep, then they come back to the school. So in this 21st century, the pace of change is rapid. And as one speaker said, technology is transforming every aspect of our lives. That's why I'm saying that we are the catalyst for innovation. So as teachers, we must embrace new technologies. I know we have already embraced because we've gone past through the COVID era where we were able to teach our students online, although some of us did not even have any training in how to do online learning. So by leveraging digital tools and resources, we can create those dynamic and interactive learning experiences, especially that foster the critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and problem solving, which are the 21st century skills that we are talking about. And we as teachers, we are there to empower our students to become lifelong learners who can thrive in any ever-changing world. Imagine after in 2021, our children, we prepared them enough to go through the COVID, talking to them, counseling them. And so we really played a vital role. And as teachers as well, we have that role to promote social justice, to promote equity, as we are living in a globalized world and marked by persistent inequalities. And it is our responsibility as teachers to create inclusive learning environments where every student feels valued, where every student feels respected. And we as teachers must address those biases that are there, challenge the stereotypes, and provide equal opportunities for our children. And then as teachers, we are the champions of sustainability and environmental stewardship, and our children are the future leaders. And this world, we know that it faces so many pressing environmental challenges. And as teachers, we are there to instill a sense of responsibility toward the planet in our students. And then in conclusion, I would like to say, as teachers, we are indispensable agents of change in the 21st century and globalized world. I would like to end with what Malala Yousafzai says, that one child, one teacher, one book, and one pen can change the world. That one change, you can change the world of one child. As a teacher, what are you doing? One book, let's open those doors of opportunities, the books of opportunities, and one pen, so that each child can write what you have done, what legacy you have left for your child. So as teachers, we have got the transformative power to shape their minds, their hearts, and attitudes. So as we celebrate Teachers' Day, let us recognize the honor the invaluable contributions we make worldwide, and let us appreciate the dedication, everything. As Nelson Mandela says, education is the most powerful weapon to change the world. So as teachers, we are the wielders of this powerful weapon. Are we holding and using that powerful weapon so that we can be the change makers? So thank you for your tireless efforts, for being the agents of change that our world needs. Happy Teachers' Day to everyone. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am, and happy Teachers' Day to you. And yes, of course, we are the change makers, as you said. The teachers with their work, they are changing the entire world. And of course, as you said, education, especially with this education, we are doing it. And the code that you just said, one book, one pen, and one child can change the whole world, yes, of course. That's a great thought. Thank you for joining, and thank you for sharing your wonderful views with us. That was really a very powerful speech on this special occasion of Teachers' Day. So, my dear friends, now I would like to move to our next speaker, Dr. Revati Rautrao ma'am from Singagar Institute of Management, Pune. Over to you, Revati ma'am.
Namaste. Thank you, Anju ma'am. Happy Teachers Day. In the book of life, teachers are highlighters, and that make every lesson memorable. So the leadership of teachers in transforming the education is the theme of this year. The transformation of education begins with teachers. And of course, this theme is the transformation of education begins with teachers. So we need to ask, what can be done to help teachers to play this fundamental role? So teachers can include the transformative learning into the curriculum in a variety of ways. Teachers can provide books and articles that address many religions to their pupils when they are studying world religions. For instance, to give them fresh viewpoints and insights. And this transformation of education begins in our minds. First of all, it begins in our minds, believing that we have the power to make a difference, to effect change through our commitment and then steadfast dedication to our calling, regardless of our difficulties. So teachers must be the drivers of that change because we are the practitioners. We are the self-directed and constantly evolving through the acquisition of new skills and knowledge to confront a rapidly evolving task environment. So the transformation of education indeed often begins with teachers. So teachers are at the center of every education system, and yet their profession is still not properly recognized and supported. So transforming education requires more teachers. The transformation of education begins with the improvement of teachers' working conditions. The current situation in many countries leads to many leaving the profession or changing careers. So on the top of that, this insufficient opportunities to develop the professionally hinders the task of attracting candidates to a profession and that they might find unattractive. So in order to improve the educational quality, teachers are essential. No teacher is required to merely serve as knowledge transmitters who must perform the role of a sage on stage. So when teachers actively engage in the societal discourse, decision-making processes and policies, so education is transformed as well. So from the classroom to the level of the policy, they must be heard an educational strategy, and that is called as the transformation education. And that aims to translate beyond the confines of the conventional learning by emphasizing the social transformation, critical thinking, and the personal development. So teachers and educators both play a crucial role in influencing the future and changing the education. So teachers are the main change agents in preparing the students to handle complex global challenges in future that is constantly changing and uncertain a future with growing risk, but also one which educated minds will find the effective solutions. Finally, without sufficient funding to support the achievement of the global education targets, there won't be any change in education. So giving students the knowledge, skills, values, and attitudes, they need to be resilient, flexible, and prepared for an unpredictable future while also promoting the sustainable development for both people and the environment is what is means to transform the education. So while I would like to conclude, teachers and educators are the forefront of shaping the future of education, both teachers and educators. So their dedication, their creativity, their commitment to the students, to their students and the field of education make them catalyst for positive change, ensuring that education evolves to meet the needs of the society and prepare students for the challenges and the opportunities of the future. Thank you, Anju ma'am, for giving me a chance to explain myself on this topic. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. That was really great listening to you. And as you were speaking about the different role of teachers, yes, of course. Like I have been listening to so many teachers and so many educators, like right from the beginning of the session. It's really a great day. And after listening to all of you, really feel that yes, being a teacher, we should be proud being a teacher. Thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you very much for this beautiful talk. And now I would like to invite one more educator and a principal, Nahid Reza sir. The person who is there right from the beginning of the session and grading each one of us. So over to you, sir.
Very good evening, everyone. My greetings, heartfelt greetings. And all educators have been speaking so well, and they are expressing so well, right? That is amazing indeed. So today's topic is the transformation of education begins with teachers. So before we go towards education, first we need to transfer, and we do, and we have been doing. That is why we are delivering. So we transform ourselves. How we transform? Right? The very essential point is professional development. We need to understand the educational trends going on today, 21st century skills. What are the requirements of students? Because students are very much well versed of technology. So what we should do is that we need to adopt from students. Reverse learning has to be materialized in the classes so that classrooms are very functional. And right, students should be given proper time, proper space for expressing themselves, because we need to listen to them. If we are listening, things are going very well, right? So, and along with that, we need to be very much well versed of technology. That is how we can connect to our students very well today, right? My third point, reflective practices. We need to self-reflect if we are in the right direction. Speed is not required, direction is required. Are we learning students' styles well? Right? Right? Seeking feedback from our colleagues, from students, because we need to transform, and we have been transforming, as we are saying, culturally sensitive. We need to be very much culturally sensitive. We need to speak what is acceptable. We need to behave what is acceptable. Right? And with keeping in that mind, we can have massive action in place when action is there, because the students are not only seeing, but they are practicing the same at home. The way we are teaching, they're teaching their parents in the same manner, because we are dealing with such a delicate mind. No, they're adopting us, they're accepting us, they're loving us, right? Because we are loving them. Right, adopting to individual needs. We need to understand students, that what do they want, how they want to be taught. Many students called me, right? Sometimes I say my students, sir. So their wives are very much laughing, and everyone around who is listening is laughing. And I tell them that we need to listen to you, to understand you, to learn from you, so that we can teach young minds, right? Change may be taking place. If we are not changing, school will change us. It is very much sure. So we need not to be obsolete. We must be adopting. We should be flexible enough, and we should be hugely open, completely open. Right? Incorporating research has to be done. And please motivate students to play games. Game is research. Let them have team building skills. Let them lead. Let them have autonomy, so that they give vent to their feelings. They feel better. Right? Collaboration very much required skill today, collaboration. When we collaborate, first of all, we need to collaborate with our colleagues. We need to collaborate with parents. We need to collaborate various stakeholders, because children are observing. When they observe, they will also start collaborating, because first we will transform, then we will transform education, then children will get transformed, right? Global perspective, as ma'am said, global perspective is very much required. We do not know today where our students will be recruited tomorrow, where will they be hired tomorrow, where will they be having their trades and business tomorrow, right? So we need to respect all cultures, all countries, and we need to create global citizens from today itself. Social and emotional growth was also discussed as a very essential component of education on well-being. First, I should be well. I should be emotionally stable, that nothing, no storm can move me, can shake me, right? So if I'm strong, I can transfer that strength to my students, right? They will also be strong. Leadership skill, if I have good leadership skill, if I have serving skills, my students will also be developing serving skills, right? We need to define the problem, right? And we should give it to teachers, and then at the end we should say thank you. Rest of the things are in their code, right? And how can we become the torchbearer of transformation? Technology integration in our classroom, in our schools, right? Personalized learning, we need to see that which child is learning which way. If we are taking care of each individual child, there is no time that school will definitely be developing within no time. Flipped classrooms, right? Classroom transaction should take place. Homework should be given in such a way that some smallest video could be created by school, and those could be shared so that students watch. Some very small in portion homework should be given. Project-based learning, right? It is not essential that when we are pursuing degree courses, we need to give them research-based. No, we should start giving them project-based learning. They will have collaboration, they will have thinking skills, right? They will have problem solving skills. They will come to know that which part of the project can be bought from which shop, right? It is also because they will develop negotiation skills also. They will have proper communication skills also. They would be in a position to tell people what do they want. This is very much required, right? So it keeps communication, collaboration, and various other ingredients of good education. Culturally relevant teaching should be there, right? We should never speak and transfer things which are irrelevant in any culture, because we are in the classroom respecting all culture. So we need to be sensitive, that we make our students sensitive, right? Inquiry-based learning, global citizenship, I discussed, right? Innovation should be practiced in the classes, and children should be appreciated, right? Many things could be done, and I wish you all happy Teachers' Day. You are doing very well. I appreciate your efforts, your dedication. You are all workaholic people, and I salute you all. Thank you very much indeed. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Of course, and like you were talking about innovation, research, and the usage of technology. Yes, this is required. We should be encouraging the students for going for innovation, for research, for developing so many skills inside them. And along with that, we teachers, as even I said earlier, that we have to keep ourselves updated. We have to keep on learning new things, because nowadays it's not possible that we just go with a book in hand and teach something to them. We have to keep on changing ourselves, because the students are really fast. They are very intelligent. So we have to face such intelligent students today. They're very clever. They won't hesitate to say, ma'am, you're wrong. Sir, you are wrong. They won't hesitate to say so. And we have experiences. Yes, of course, we have to be well prepared on this. So yes, that was a very great talk by Nahid Raza sir. And nextly, I would like to invite Prakash Bhapkar sir. Prakash sir. Yes, welcome, sir.
Yeah, good evening, ma'am. Good evening, all the education faculty. Wish you all a happy Teachers' Day. Today we are here for the topic on transforming the system of education along with the teacher. So I would like to take this opportunity to say that we are into a dynamic job, and we need continuous upgradation of ourselves. A lot of things are coming up into the education. AI is coming up. New national education policy has been declared, and then we are still into. We are the product of the old education system, 1986 education policy, and we have to really do hard work to connect this new generation, which is very high tech, which has become high tech due to the technology coming up, and also because of the COVID situation. And we also have become smart educators. But still, I would prefer that we all continuously get the trainings done, read the literature, and also keep an eye on the things happening around the world, so that it becomes very easy to bridge the gap between the students and we all. A lot of things are coming up, and it's a great opportunity. We are on this kind of platforms and sharing a lot of things being discussed here. A lot of the speakers have given very good ideas, and a lot of inputs have been given. I'm very thankful to the IDYMF team that this kind of discussions are coming up. Apart from the awards, we all are coming on the common platform and sharing the different educational ideas from different countries, different places, different educational systems that really enlightened me, and I'm very happy with that. Thank you, Ajay ma'am, for giving opportunity. Thank you, Adiva team. Thank you very much, ma'am.
Thank you very much, sir, for joining and sharing your views with us. It was really great listening to you. And with this, I would like to invite our next speaker, Sarita Gomes. Ma'am, Sarita ma'am. Sarita ma'am, are you there?
I'm there.
Sarita ma'am, we are not able to hear you.
Ma'am, you can hear.
Sarita ma'am, we are not able to listen to you. Your voice is breaking, ma'am. Your voice is breaking. I think let's till she gets back. I'd like to invite our next speaker, Dr. Jemi Sodhakar, one more great principal and on the platform. Over to you, ma'am.
Yes. Thank you, Dr. Anjum. Actually, it's raining heavily in Adilabad. I'm scared anytime the power might get cut off. Happy Teachers' Day to all the education and our fraternity from IDYM. On behalf of IDYM, I extend my sincere felicitation to all the educators of this world. I'm much privileged to be present here to express my few thoughts on the topic transformation of educational pedagogical aspects in this 21st century. I put it that way. Yes, of course, all of us are taught by 18th century teachers in 19th century, teaching in 20th century to prepare the children for 21st century. Of course, we are not aware of the pedagogical aspects of 21st century. But what could we do to participate in this transformational journey? We can transform ourselves. What does it mean? What is getting transformed? Being transformed is getting changed to another being. From our originality, obtaining something different. How could it happen? An educator needs to think beyond horizons. An educator needs to be empowering people. An educator needs to be empowered. An educator needs to be enlightened. An educator needs to be enchanted. An educator needs to be engaged all the while. An educator needs to be an excellent one to make the rulers of the world tomorrow. What is that you and I are going to do today? Are we going to prepare our children teaching mathematics, a squared plus b the whole squared is equal to 2ab? In what way it's going to be useful to them? No, we need to move on, focus on progressive education. What is the meaning of the word progressive education? Progressive education is to ensure that the child is progressing every day. Rising the learner's profile is the prime eminent responsibility of every educator. It is the stewardship. Are we not ready to do that? If we are not ready, we are not going to change. We are not going to transform. Not only we getting transformed, we need to change our children, transform this world. And this world, when ChatGPT is ruling the world, when AI is getting replaced with ChatGPT, what is our role? We need to be updated. We need to upgrade it. We need to be a lifelong learners. If you are not going to be adaptable to change, you cannot expect another person to get adapted. Hence, every educator needs to ensure that he or she is ready to accept change. I love Nagit sir's words. He said, unless you change, what is that you're going to do in this 21st century? You need to ensure that every learner think critically in your classrooms and beyond the classroom. Connect it with everyday life. Ask more questions. Allow learners to ask more questions. If we are not going to do that, how are we going to transform this world? What is that we are going to do? One thing that you and I need to discuss and understand today, unless we are going to change this world, we are not going to get this world transformed. What are the components that could transform this world? Allowing learners to be on their own, evolve on their own, keep them busy all the while in the classroom. Tailor-made philosophies are not going to work. Tailor-made policies are not going to work, but tailor-made hands-on experiences are going to work. So every educator must ensure to provide experiential learning to children, allow them to experience the joy of learning, keep the educational institutions a happy place in the world. When children are able to get imbibed values, inculcated values within them, we are supposed to aim to create global winners, to focusing on the 21st century skills that will enable them to glow, glitter, globalize, and to fly high wings. If every educator is going to focus on these three elements of making every learner think critically, solve their problems appropriately, creating hypotheses, and make them to communicate effectively, allow them to collaborate and express their creativity with dedication, devotion, duty consciousness, with diligence, they will become the decorated jewels in the ornaments of this world. Yes, the transformation journey begins today. Thanks to IDYM. Salute Raviji, Rajputji, host Anjum, and all the panelists who are speaking along with me. Wishing every educator a happy Educators' Day on this glorious day. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for this energetic speech. You always come with lots of energy, lots of energy. Thank you for joining. It was really great listening to you. And of course, the changing roles of educators that you were talking about, it was really a very great talk. So now I would like to move on to next speaker, Rachna Chakravarti, ma'am.
Yeah. Hello, good evening. I hope I'm audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, a very happy Teachers' Day to all the teachers across the globe. And once again, thank you, IDYM, for this wonderful platform, which is now just like a family to me. And of course, Dr. Anjum doing an amazing work. Thanks to all the great teachers who have joined in today, shared their thoughts. It's really wonderful to know that we have such amazing personalities who is shaping the future generation. Because Teachers' Day, we know it is celebrated in honor of Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. But now, as a teacher, we acknowledge, to recognize and pay tribute to all the teachers across for their contribution to the growth and development of a nation. Because when you train the students in the art of living, in the art of learning, and in the art of absorbing, I think we all are training a complete citizen. That is what is required right now from a teacher. It is very, very important, and every teacher is involved in that work. And basically when we see that our students are honoring us, the new trend, the new generation is giving the teacher the due honor in this Teachers' Day especially, we feel that we have done our work. So today itself, when I saw that the students were so engrossed in the preparation for the Teachers' Day, the new generation, I'm talking about this generation of students. So I really felt that, the love which a student has for his teacher doesn't come just because we are sitting in that post. It comes from the heart. As a result, everything which they had curated, which they curate on this particular day in honor of their teacher, is a great honor or achievement rather for a teacher, which we should not avoid. So we basically know that we are not just, a shaper of the knowledge quotient as a guru, as a teacher. We are not shaping or motivating or increasing the knowledge quotient. We are actually shaping the character of the child. So knowledge along with character is what right now is the requirement for a teacher. So basically, I would like to quote here Sir Martin Luther King, who said that intelligence and learning makes for education. But to define education, we need learning as well as intelligence. And perhaps I would go a little more further than that. And I would say that intelligence plus character plus learning would all tantamount to knowledge, because knowledge is greater than learning. And that is what we as teachers have been doing, whether it was in the past and whether it is now, with the generation of students changing from the backdrop of sitting under the trees and learning from their gurus, or now sitting under the AC or and listening to their teachers. We have been imparting that. I don't think the knowledge quotient has decreased throughout the years, though the understanding of the teachers have decreased, to understand the students. We think that the students think differently, but what they want is knowledge. What they want is development of character. And if we are doing that, we always feel that our work as a teacher has been achieved. Again, I would like to quote the famous Aristotle, who said, very, very important for the teachers, that a parent gives life to a child, but it is the teacher who gives this life a direction. So we are the pathfinders. We are the ones who chisel these stones, these rocks, which was already there lying in our classrooms. We are the ones who have been playing as a catalyst in shaping them throughout the generation. The want or the need of the generation has made the teachers develop themselves and make themselves chiseled so that they can come in front and appear in front of their students. So we have grown, but I don't think that we need to change completely, only that our outlook and approach to the students who now have a wider perspective, because now the teachers have to enter the class with the gyan, dhyan, and of course, the knowledge, because gyan is available everywhere, right? At the click of a button, the student gets it everywhere. They don't have to come to a classroom. Why do they need the teacher? It is the teacher who is developing the character. Because see, if I'm giving gyan to my students, they will not want to listen to it, right? They want something else from a teacher. And what is that? We need to understand. That amounts to something greater than the bookish knowledge, which is available at the click of a button, whether it's the Google, we have a lot of sites, right? So it is now very, very important to increase the perspective of Gyan. The Gyan or the knowledge which we have been imparting has now to be understood, that where we have to make it more flexible in a way of teaching. A student enters the classroom to learn something from the teacher, not what is there in the textbook, that they can understand, that they can learn, and more comfortably from the websites or YouTubes, which is available. Anyone is teaching it right now. So what do they want from a teacher? We need to understand that. We need to make the Gyan learning with the character, learning with the perspective of building up a character in a child. So this is very important. Second, I would say Dhyan. Dhyan means the focus which has been shifted. Now you tell a child to look into a book for 5 minutes, they won't. To listen to a speech which you are giving for 5 minutes, they won't. What is it that we need to focus their mental, their mental, the situation which they are into? They want something which is related to their lives, which is related to give some impetus. Maybe the students want to go for higher education outside. They are looking out for more knowledge regarding that. So as a result, the Dhyan, or which we call the focus, has been shifting. They're not looking out to what you are giving lecture about biology or physics in a class. They want to understand what I can do after my education, or what is the use of this education. So as teachers now, our perspective of teaching should little bit widen. Earlier, we used to go to a class, teach a lesson, present it in the best way possible, and come out of the class very happy that today I have done my best. But what about those students who really didn't get any answer coming to the classroom? They had come to meet a teacher to know something more. The lesson which you had explained, the answers which you have given did not give them the direction to their life. Remember Aristotle's definition, who said that parents give birth to a child, but it is the teachers who gives direction to them. Robert Frost's poem, The Road Not Taken. I would say, my dear teachers, that students always take that road. So it is we as educators, as teachers in this 21st century, need to educate the student why you should take this road and why you should avoid taking this road. They want with reasons. They want the answers. So if we are into the pedagogical studies, if we are into the curriculum-based studies, then they are not interested in the lecture because that they have already studied. They are now looking out from you as a person who will be building up their character, giving them the focus to look into things, to be more, you can say, thought process. Their thought process has been acknowledged. So basically, to conclude, I would just like to say that as a teacher, I would like to say that the students, today's generation or the student of the past, they always look out for knowledge. But now the perspective of knowledge has changed. Knowledge is now having a bigger perspective. Knowledge plus learning plus character development is what a teacher is giving to a child. So if we keep these three things in mind, instead of just giving the Gyan, we need to give the Dhyan also together along with it, that we need to focus our mental strength where we need to stop thinking or what is right, what is wrong, So then we have accomplished the work of a teacher. Thank you so much, all of you, and a happy Teachers' Day once again. And of course to you, Anjum ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Happy Teachers' Day to you. And of course, yes, we just don't need to go to the class and teach what we want, but we have to be patient. We have to listen. We have to see what students want from us. Sometimes if we just go on giving so much of motivational talk, even that they won't like. They are always worried about their future. They're always worried about their career. We have to tell whatever we are teaching in class, whatever we are telling them, even beyond the subjects, how it is going to be effective for them, how it is going to be useful for them. Only then they will listen to us. That is really a very great thought coming from you. Thank you very much, ma'am, for joining and for such a wonderful talk, of course. And yes, Sarita, ma'am, are you ready now? Sarita, ma'am.
Yeah, ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes,
Now
ma'am,
I'm
you're
audible.
Yes, ma'am.
Good evening, everyone. I would like to wish Happy Teachers' Day to everyone here. When we talk about the teachers, the teaching, everyone, the speakers were covered all the points. But my vision, my thoughts, teaching aspects according to the teacher before, what was there, what the people used to think as a teacher, being full responsible for the kids' future, to motivate them, to guide them, to help them, was a different kind of, attitude and responsibility. But now in this generation, when we see the teachers, and they're looking to become a teacher, the dedication what before was given to the students, now that is missing somewhere. You can say the culture, the mindset, yes, everything is changed, but still, we being a part from that era, we all are trying to get the teachers to take responsibilities in the better way. Yes, as we say that how we put the school and the teaching in the innovative reform. So teaching in unique way, getting the format of teaching pattern, it is, I believe that it is a talent internally in the teachers, which they are given the chance. And once we make them comfortable about things, they all give their best and teach the children in their way. So that's how the things are. Innovation, when we say about, ma'am, sorry for the disturbance because I was traveling actually. So, so when I say about innovation, so yes, there are a lot of changes as the digital world in AI is in, the methodology of, board and chalk has been reduced, but the other ways, playway methods of teaching, we talk about, audio-visual classrooms. The initiative taken by the teachers here also is required. And they take the platform as the best because it becomes the teachers because the interest of the children are more to see, hear and learn rather than board, chalk, right? And the teacher only talking about from the books. So this is one change what we all see in the education. Definitely, yes, education plays a wonderful role for the kids. There is so much, ma'am, to do. If you pick up a small thing also, you can change it in our way and put it in front of the children. So I would like to give an example, ma'am. So when we talk about this, so we have theory of knowledge in our school. So we probably make this connected to the links of the subjects. So if suppose there is one topic, if we take my neighborhood and we connect this topic linking to math, science, geography, and all English, Hindi, Marathi, PT as well, we make the classroom that interactive that the teacher doesn't go and talk about it. Probably the teacher gives the children to speak to come out with their ideas and make the class interactive along with their classmates. And the teacher gives a chance to get, them in the shoes of a teacher and bring the classroom in. So this is a change what I can see. The kids are so smart, and that is how the teachers really then get into the things to tell them, yes, this is what, how, when, and where, how possibly you came to know and you have learned. So it's teaching is really a noble profession. And as we are celebrating the Teachers' Day, so teacher's job, we say it is a noble job, but it is not that easy, but not difficult also. But then I feel that we teachers are really giving the children the motivation and making them a individual child of the nation. So education is very important. It plays a major role in everyone's life. So that is how all about, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. And we can see you're
Thank
traveling
you.
still here without time
No problem.
to, share your views with us. And this is really great listening to you. And of course, yes, so the role of teacher is stating. Well, we
Thank
say it is
you.
a noble profession, but yes, I agree to it. It is not so easy, but it is not difficult also.
Difficult
It
to
is it is up to us how we adapt to it, how we use it, and how we
Right.
correlate all the things. As you was talking
the
about subjects, so many subjects that we
subject.
have. That's all
Right.
about it. Thank you. Thank you very much for joining.
Thank you so
So nextly, I would like to call upon Dr. Kalicharan Rath. So, Dr. Kalicharan, sir. Dr. Kalicharan, sir. I think he is busy, or he must be having some network issues, I think, because he's there with the meeting. Okay, anyone else who has been left? According to me, everyone in the meeting have finished their turn. Dr. Kalicharan, sir, can we have you? Anyone else who hasn't spoken till now, please, you can just unmute yourself. Okay, I think sir is having some network issues, so is not able to respond. Okay, so thank you one and all. Thank you all the speakers for joining. And yes, of course, it is a profession which is making other professions, and we have to adapt ourselves. We have to keep on teaching ourselves. We have to keep on updating ourselves. In fact, if I would like to say. And yes, in teaching, even I keep on doing so many experiments always. And even while teaching technical subjects, I come up with like explaining the topics like transistor with the help of a role play, with the help of a song. And after that, when I took a quiz on the same subject, the students were like very enthusiastic. I want to answer because they have actually presented those topics in the form of a role play and in the form of a song. So they learned it very nicely. And before this, even I couldn't imagine. And I think this is the effect of ITYM after listening to also wonderful educators all around me. And even I'm inspired to take my teaching to the next level where I just don't believe in teaching, but I want that all the students should learn from it. So thank you one and all. Thank you to Engineer Ravi Shankar Sir, the founder of ITYM Foundation, ITYM Group of Companies, for this wonderful opportunity for all of us to come together and share our views, share our learnings, share our teachings with the entire world. So thank you one and all for joining with us, and happy Teachers' Day to all.